On and up, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Monday the 20th of July. We've got quite a bit to get through this morning, so let's get right to it. US cases then still in the mid-60,000s for Sunday and Saturday. Not great, but a little bit lower than they have been. Trending up still though. Deaths, we had over 400 yesterday, over 800 in the US on Saturday, and that's still trending slightly up. Florida cases, 12,500 yesterday, over 10,000 on Saturday. Not great. That's the 9th day in a row that the cases were over 10,000. Deaths, 87 yesterday and 93 on Saturday. Usually lower over the weekend, so we can expect that to spike up a little bit, which is not great news for Florida, and that's still trending up also. Florida ranked number 1 over the weekend in the states for number of cases, and Orange County ranked number 3 in Florida. The stats, we had over 70,000 tests yesterday for the 12,479 cases that we had. That's a positive rate of over 17.6%, but we had 20% rate on Saturday, so that's kind of coming down a little bit. 339 hospitalizations yesterday, 441 on Saturday, 87 deaths yesterday, 90 on Saturday. Deaths per hospitalizations down over that weekend, but again probably due to underreporting over the weekend. ICU beds now over 1,200, that's more than 200 more than it was on Saturday, so good news for ICU beds being freed up. Governor Ron DeSantis has changed the rules on how seniors are going to be transferred back from hospitals to assisted living facilities or nursing homes. It's now going to make it easier for those patients to be transferred out of hospital back into where they lived before, and that's going to free up more beds. Miami Beach has enacted a curfew which is going to last from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day up until the 24th of July. This is in its entertainment district only, and it's just there to stop the spread of COVID-19 in bars and restaurants. There's already a curfew involved in a wider area, and mask wearing is also now mandatory in Miami-Dade County, being freed up. The Bahamas is closing its borders to the US from Wednesday. It's still going to allow guests in from other parts of the world, including Europe. The R rate for Florida has now gone down to 1.03, so that's a little lower than it was on Saturday. And if you look at the chart for where Florida sits, it now sits at 15, which is up a few places from where it was on Saturday. There are now 7 states with an R rate under 1, and that was higher than it was on Saturday as well. So good news for the R rate generally. Disney World has updated its mask policy to say that you now have to be actively eating or drinking and stationary while you have your mask off. You cannot wander around anymore while you've got your mask off, and that's great news. I hope that's going to be implemented also by SeaWorld and by Universal Orlando. The Disney theme parks availability generally very, very good now for theme park guests, so day ticket holders. All parks are available from the 25th of July, and only Hollywood Studios is unavailable before that date. For resort guests, same kind of story, every park available except for Hollywood Studios, and that's only on the 24th and 25th of July. For annual pass holders, better news than it was last week when more tickets were made available, more spaces were made available. July the 25th is sold out completely, and that's the only date it is. Hollywood Studios is the only park that's unavailable for the rest of this month. In August, for annual pass holders, pretty good availability except for Hollywood Studios, which is sold out for the whole month. And then into September, some of the weekends are starting to fill up, including Labor Day on the 7th, and apart from that, every other park is available other than Hollywood Studios. So we were at Universal Studios on Saturday, very, very quiet. Rides were a walk on, really nice. Most people wore masks, in fact the vast majority of people wore masks and social distance, which was great. If you haven't seen that video yet, part 1 is up now. I'll put a link to it at the end of the video so you can see that. Part 2 is going to be up tomorrow, and that includes a must-do. My new must-do is in Universal Studios, so have a look out for that. We are very, very close. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that notification bell and you'll get news 3 days a week. You'll get other stuff at the weekends as well, and midweek. If you're a lurker and you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. We are now so close to 2,000. We've got 1,991 subscribers as of right now. So we're in 9 away from 2,000. I don't get anything for 2,000. It's just nice to pass that mark. So if you're considering subscribing, please do so. Okay, let's get on to the news. Cases across the US yesterday were 65,279, and on Saturday 63,259. The 7-day average is still trending up. There were 412 deaths recorded yesterday in the US and 813 recorded on Saturday. That trend is still slightly up. In Florida we had 12,478 cases yesterday and 10,328 cases on Saturday. Yesterday was the 8th day in a row where we had cases over 10,000. Florida again ranked number 1 in the nation for the number of cases yesterday, ahead of Texas, California, Georgia and Louisiana. Orange County ranked number 3 in Florida yesterday with 741 cases. The number of ICU beds available across the whole of Florida today is 1,211. That's up by over 200 since Saturday. The R rate in Florida is now 1.03 and it was 1.06 on Saturday. There are now 7 states with an R rate under 1 from 6 on Saturday, and Florida has jumped from ranking 22nd in the nation to now 15th since Saturday. Governor Ron DeSantis has enacted new emergency rules designed to more easily shift elderly patients from hospitals back to nursing homes and assisted living facilities. The emergency rule allows hospitals to use a symptom-based or test-based approach to confirm that long-term care residents are negative for COVID-19. The rule also gives hospitals the green light to discharge residents with an unknown COVID-19 status to nursing homes as long as the facility has a dedicated wing or building with designated COVID-19 staff. The city of Miami Beach has enacted a curfew in its entertainment district. The curfew runs from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily and is due to expire on July the 24th. There is also a county-wide curfew in place for the remainder of the city, which runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily. Miami-Dade County currently has an enactment that forces people to wear masks or facial coverings while in public. The Bahamas is to close its borders to US travellers from Wednesday this week. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis cited recent spikes in COVID-19 cases in the US and elsewhere in banning international travel, with some exemptions for emergency and essential travel. Travellers from Canada, the United Kingdom and the European Union will still be permitted to come to the Bahamas. The weather over the next 10 days, it's going to be 92 degrees Fahrenheit here today, that's 33 degrees centigrade. Temperatures are only going to vary by a couple of degrees this week, moving up then to 94 degrees by next Wednesday. Walt Disney World has updated its mask policy. This is presumably due to the International Food and Wine Festival taking place at Epcot. Guests can now only remove their face coverings while actively eating and drinking, and they should be stationary and maintain appropriate physical distancing. The updated Disney Parks availability calendar for theme park tickets guests shows that all parks are available from the 26th of July. Before then, just Hollywood Studios is unavailable. For resort guests, all parks are available up until the end of this month, except for Hollywood Studios on the 24th and 25th of July. For annual pass holders, only the 25th of July has no capacity at all. Hollywood Studios is the park in demand and there is no availability at all in July for that park. In August for pass holders, only the 8th is completely sold out, and only the 31st has availability in all parks. For the remainder of that month, all parks are available except for Hollywood Studios, which is completely sold out. Into September for annual pass holders, and the weekends are starting to fill up, but it's only for Hollywood Studios. Every other park is available. So again, no big op-ed from me. While US cases are in the 60,000s a day, 70,000s a day, and deaths are up past 500, generally up to close to 1,000, it doesn't look like we're going to get anywhere close to opening our borders. In fact, the Bahamas has now become the latest country to close its borders to US travellers. That really isn't a surprise. You can get to the Bahamas in like a 45-minute plane ride, so a lot of Americans or people in America do go to the Bahamas for a little break, so that's now closed off to them. It really is looking unlikely right now that we're going to get flights in through the remainder of this year. I would really urge you, even though we had a great time at Universal Studios over the weekend, we live on its doorstep and we're not really that bothered about meeting characters and things like that. If you want the full experience, that is not going to be available this year, I can't see. So please do consider, if you can, moving your vacation to next year. Again, look, if it's drivable, if you're driving from Alabama or Tennessee or somewhere like that, Georgia, then okay. And if you're used to it, if you're an annual pass holder or something, okay, you know what you're coming to. If you're coming from abroad and it's costing you thousands of dollars to get here, I would let your flight come and go, let it lapse, get that refund and then rebook for next year. Okay, that's it from me. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you back here on Thursday. Up until then, stay safe, take care for now. Cheers, bye-bye.